Hi. Thanks for watching. This is a demonstration of how to play Tome of Souls. So what we've got in front of us is we've got a map that's laid out. This part would not be here. Made up of 3 tiles. We've got a large tile and 2 medium-sized tiles and a transition tile here. So this is like a staircase. Thank you, Kat. So this is like a staircase here. As soon as you move on to that, we'll reveal the next area. Kat, the wonderful light technician there, giving us a bit more light so we can see. Okay, so this is the map. We've got some creatures. Oh, hello. We've got a couple of archers, a couple of 3 fell beasts, some obstacles which we can't move into but we can't shoot over, and a lovely little chest just hiding behind here as well. If we move on to that, we get to draw a treasure card, and there are bronze, silver and gold treasure cards in this game, and these are just bronze because this is the first quest. The monster stats are up here. We've got night hags, fell beasts, wayward archers and bloodbats, or bloodbat nests. Just for this area though, there's just fell beasts and wayward archers, so we'll just use these 2. And they're ordered in rank, so we'll go from left to right when the monsters activate. But before the monsters go, we've got our sorcerers here. We've got a red sorcerer and a blue sorcerer, and I'm demonstrating a solo game here, or one with 2 players. We've also given the leader card to one of these, and so blue is going to be our leader, and they're going to go first every round. So the sorcerer decks are made up of 12 cards. We've got 2 strikes, 2 bolts, 2 blocks, 2 runs, and 2 spirit cards. Let me give you a quick snapshot of what these do. So a strike costs 1 mana to play. This is the cost in the top left. It does a melee attack, 5 damage. And that's it for that card. So we've got 2 of those. We've got bolts, which cost 1 mana to play. They're range 3. And they do 3 damage. Sorry about the scribbles, but playtest, lol. We've got blocks, which cost 1 mana to play, and provide me with 5 shield. Now this mana cost should really be blue, but because of playtesting, it's turned orange, and I'd like to turn it back to blue because these are your mana gems. This is what we use to play our cards. The other cards we've got are 2 of these basic run cards that are free to play, that's scribbled out, and just give us 3 movement. And also 4 spirit cards. And these spirit cards provide us with ether at the end of the turn, which we can use to put our mana gems from our character sheet back into the pot, or to buy cards from the spell stream. So we'll take our 12 cards of our starting deck, give them a shuffle, and we'll put them on the sorcerer's character sheet on the deck space. Now I mentioned the spell stream. These are these 4 cards that we can choose to buy. These are a bit more complicated, so I'll give you a demonstration of this card. This card, we can see it costs 1 mana to play. It does a melee attack, but it does X damage, and the X damage is based on the layout of the attack. So it will do 4 damage to the 2 spots closest, and 3 to the spot slightly further away. It also cost me 3 ether to buy. That's what these little check marks show. This card here is a prayer card. This allows me to heal myself and an ally within 3 for 3. Great. We've also got True Grit here, which gives me some shield and lets me discard a card, or forces me to discard a card. And Hurl Axe, which costs me 1 to play, range 3, and 6 damage, but it costs 4 ether to buy. So without further ado, before as well, we've also got the element cards, which can allow us to get these element tokens, which are in the rules, but I might not demonstrate right now. And also these concentration cards, which are useful to get extra mana if you're running out, or if your decks cost a bit too much. But we shouldn't see too much of that in the first game. So we'll start the first round, where each sorcerer drawing 6 cards. Blue gets 6 and red gets 6. Now in a solo game, you control 2 sorcerers, and you can draw, everyone draws at the start, so I can see what they've got and then riff off each other. But for a start, it should be pretty simple. So what does blue draw for first? He draws 2 strikes, a bolt, 2 spirits, and a move. So I could use this move to move myself 3 closer to the enemies, but then of course I'll put myself within range of them. The archers have a range 5 shot, and the fell beast will move 3 towards me and attack me. But I'm okay with that. Let's deal some damage. So I can move 3 with this card. 1, 2, 3. Now I can discard any card at any point on my turn to move 1 space. So I can discard a spirit to move 1 space, or I can discard a strike to move 1 space. I'm going to discard a bolt. Actually, I'm discard a, well, it doesn't really matter, but I'll discard a strike to move 1 space to here. And then because I want to kill this fell beast, he's got 8 health. I can use a strike and a bolt to kill that fell beast. So that'll cost me 1 mana to play that card. So I'll take it out of the pot, put it on my character sheet, and it'll cost me 1 mana to play this strike as well. So I'll take that and put it on my character sheet. Now the way that I can track damage is I can these little red dice. Got an average value of 3. They've always got a 1, a 2, a 4, and a 5. But they've got 2 chances to roll a 3. So I can use this to track damage. So I did 3 damage to it with my bolt, and I also did another 5 damage, but that will kill it. So I'll just move the fell beast off the table. Very nice. The last 2 cards I've got these 2 spirit cards, which provide me with ether. Now, I can discard them at the end of my turn, basically give me money to spend. I can spend it in 1 or 2 ways. I could put the 1 or 2 gems back in the pot with my ether, or I could buy a card for 2 ether. So I don't know if I want to buy this prayer card right now. In fact, yeah, why not? Let's buy this prayer card and keep the mana gems there. So we're ready for some healing. Now the red sorcerer can go. What do they draw? They draw 2 strikes, 2 blocks, a bolt, and a spirit. So very tanky. So no movement. So I'm going to have to discard some cards if I want to move. The good news is I've got a bolt and a strike. Sub-ideal. Sub-ideal. Let's move up and defend ourselves. So we'll use the 2 strikes because we're probably not going to be able to land them, just to move 2 spaces. And then we could throw a bolt against this guy, so we'll discard that, spend 1 mana to do 3 damage to this archer here, using a red die to track that, 3 damage. And then we'll play our 2 blocks, which cost us 2 mana and will give us 10 defense. Now problem is we're behind, which is not great, seeing as we've got all the defense. Got 1 ether. I'm going to discard that to put 1 of these back in the pot. Okay, so that's not a great first turn. We would love to be able to move up and hit something, or potentially get 2 bolts so we can kill an archer. So we have to take the brunt of things. This is from a previous playtest. I'm just going to put that back on the treasure. So now it goes to the enemies. The fell beasts have got the highest initiative, so they'll go first. 1, 2, 3. They move 3. Let me show you them. They move 3 and they roll 2 red dice on the attack. This is also their health, so they've got 8 health and their rank is 50. So they move 3 towards the closest. He moves 3 there and he'll roll 2 red dice. The way that you do monsters is you always do the monster that's closest to the leader, which is the blue guy. If they're draw for distance, then I can choose which monster I want to activate. So these 2 monsters were the same distance from the leader, but I can choose this one first. Move there, roll 2 red dice damage. He rolls a 7 with a 5 and a 2. So blue guy takes 7 damage. Now I'll move this damage track up to 7 on my track there. The damage token. Then this fell beast will move 3 as well. I can move him there or there, it's up to me really, but I'll move him there. And he rolls 2 red dice as well. And he rolls a 3 and a 2, doing 5 damage to me. Now this is great because I can show you what happens here. So I've taken 12. So when you take damage that goes up to your vitality token, what happens is your damage track token will go back down to 0, and you'll add a wound into your discard pile. Now there are only 6 wounds for 2 sorcerers. And if we draw all the wounds, there are no wounds, sorry, if we need to draw a wound and there are no wounds left, then we lose. So we need to somehow get these back out of our deck to there if possible, and I'll show you how to do that in a moment. Then the archers can go. Now the archers, they have only 6 health. They move 1, 6 health up here, move 1, and they roll a blue die of range 5, and their rank is 45. So they can shoot the blue guy, he's the closest, so they'll all shoot him. So let's roll a blue die 3 times against him, so that's a 7, which is horrific. This archer will shoot, rolls a blue die, rolls a 5. Okay, so it's another straight 12 damage taken, so I take another wound card, not good. And then this archer will shoot as well, and he rolls a 7 as well, pretty terrible. We're hoping for 5s or less from them. Okie dokie, so blue guy's taken 2 wounds, sub-ideal again. At the end of the round, once the monsters have gone, we move the doom track up by 1, refresh our spell stream. So we've just drawn a leap, this is a nice card. Allows us to move 3 while flying, which is basically a jump, and gives us 3 shield and costs 1 mana to play. So let's play this next round. So each of the sorcerers will draw their hand. And I can see what their hands are before I do anything. But blue has to go first. So here's those block cards that would have been handy last turn. Now how much mana have we got left? We've got 4 mana left. So if blue isn't going to put any back in the pot, he needs to be fairly cautious. We've got 2 spirits, that's good. Let me see, can't do much damage, we can throw a bolt. Okay, so we'll throw a bolt with 1 mana to kill this archer here. And then we'll spend a block for another mana to give ourselves 5 shield. Now I could of course spend another mana to play this block, but I expect red wants to do a bit of damage. Okay, no, red doesn't really need it. Okay, well, let's use all the mana then. Blue, give herself another block. So we've got another 10 shield, and then I've got a move, 3, and a couple of ether. So let's move 3, move through this gap here, 1, 2, 3 to there. And then my 2 ether, I could choose to buy a card or return some mana gems. Let's think. Well, if I don't return some mana gems, I'll be dead for now. We won't have any left for next turn, so let's put 2 back. Red guy can go. We'll move 3. 1, 2, 3 to there. This has not gone well. We'll play a bolt to do 3 damage to this guy here. Probably should start trying to hurt these fell beasts, to be honest. Let's do 3 damage to this beast here. And then I've got 3 cards left. Now, got lots of defense, so I should be alright this turn. I'm going to spend these 3 to get 3 ether and buy ourselves a big nasty burst card. Put that in my discard pile. Great. And then I've got a 3 move left, because I don't think I played that. I haven't mucked up, have I? No, I haven't mucked up. I've got another movement card left. Let's see, what can red do? Well, blue looks like he's going for the chest. Blue's got some defense. Let's move 1, 2 to there, so then I can split up these 2 fell beasts. This one can go for this one can go for this one. Because if they're equidistant, then I can choose, but if they'll always go from the closest. So that's these guys' turns. I spent all my ether on buying a card, so the fell beasts go. This guy will go, move 1 to there, and attack blue guy for 2 red dice. You got lands a 4 and a 3 for 7, so I'll move my shield down to 3. This guy moves 1. He lands 5 and a 6, 5 and a 1, so that's 6 damage, so I'll move my shield down 6 damage to 4. And then the archers will go, so this archer will shoot the blue wizard, lands a 5, blue wizard's got 3 shield left, so it'll go down to 0, and then it'll take 2 more damage, and this archer will shoot the red wizard, for a 7, so that'll reduce my shield down to 0, and then I'll take 3 damage. Okay, fab. And this fell beast got 3 damage. So let's start a new round. We'll move the threat, the doom up by 1, refresh our spell stream, and then we'll shuffle. Now, at this point, any of these wizards could choose, rather than playing on as normal, shuffling and drawing 6 cards, because we need to shuffle our discard into our deck to draw 6, like normal deck builders, we could choose to rest. If we rest, then we get to do 3 things. Well, we certainly don't get to play. We don't get to play any cards. We don't get to draw any cards when we rest. But we do get to put all our mana gems back into the pot and heal the number of mana gems that we play. So this is not a good time to rest, but I would like to demonstrate it. So let's demonstrate blue resting. So he doesn't need to draw any cards. So to start the round, the leader says, do you want to rest or not? Yes, I want to rest. Put my mana gems back in the pot. I heal 3 because I put 3 mana gems back in the pot, and then I take all my discard and shuffle it into my deck. So if I just bought cards, then I'd be able to shuffle those cards back into my deck. And then I don't draw, and that's it. The red player decided that he didn't want to rest, wanted to go active. So I would be drawing 6 right now. It would be nice to draw that heal card, wouldn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't think he has the heal card. I did draw a lovely big damage one. Unfortunately, they're split up. I should have thought about that. Well, let's see what we can do. We can't hit both guys with this, so I've just drawn my bursty card. So I will, let's say I'll move. Oh, this is so bad. So bad. Yeah, let's use that 3, I'll just stop there. I'll then play my bursty card, which costs me 1 mana to deal 4 damage to these 2 spots. That's still not enough to kill this fell beast. So he's taking another 4 damage. and then I'll play a block, get my defense back up. But I'm gonna have to rest next turn because I've got so much, and I can spend these 3 to buy a better card. Oh, this is horrible. So what I could do, instead of, because I want to keep this short, and in the previous time I filmed this, my head was in the shot and it went perfectly, that we killed all the bad guys. But in this, it's gone really, really badly. Or maybe I've just played it wrong. So instead of playing that block, like I just did, I could instead choose to not play it. And at the end of my turn, when I'm doing my whole ether gain, I could choose to actually bin it from my deck. And I can bin it in the same way that I would have bin a wound from my deck. So let's say I want to play my ether, I want to spend 3, I want to put 2 back in the pot, and I want to put 1 back in the pot, and I want to buy this leap card because I've got 3, and this leap card costs me only 2. I can then choose at the end of my turn to burn cards from my hand. So I burn this block, I remove it from my deck completely, and I reduce my vitality by 1. And that's the same way that I'd remove wounds. So I want to keep this nice and short. Let's play 1 more round, and then we'll see where we end up. So I'll just burn that, that's fine. And now the bad guys go. So the Fell Beasts are going to hit me. Hit red guy twice. Once for 3, which reduces my shields. And another time for 4, which reduces my shields and does a bit of damage. The blue guy gets shot by archers, doing 7 damage. So here I'm taking another, 6 damage, but I've got 1 damage left over. So as soon as you hit your vitality token with your damage, anything left over is ignored. So I go back down to 0. So even if I just took 10 damage there, just got to my vitality, go back down to 0, and put a wound card into my discard. Like that. Now we're halfway to losing already, because if we run out of these, then we're dead. And then the other archer needs to shoot the red guy with a blue dice. What do we score? A 1. Pathetic. 1 damage. Okay, great. Move the Doom up to round 4. Fill up our spell stream. Blue wizard draws his 6. And we think that red wizard, now we could rest or we could play. Oh, kind of need to play. We've got, how many mana gems? We've got 5 mana gems. We can check, well, we can see whether we can do enough damage. Lots of damage there. We can bolt and strike. Yeah, red's going to play. We draw 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And blue goes first. So we've got a wound, so we can't do anything with that because it says, on the wound card it says unplayable. So we'll just put that to the back of our hand. And then we've got 2 strikes, a bolt and a block. So we can use this bolt, nice cheeky bolt, to finish off this Fell Beast who's been lingering on 1 health. We'll then discard our ether card, a spirit card, just step 1, and then we'll land a double strike against this archer here. 2 mana for 10 damage, which completely wipes them off the face of the earth. And then we've got another card which we could use to block. Now, do we want to play that, or do we want to save this mana for our other wizard? Other wizard has got a bolt, a block, another strike, so he ideally wants some mana to spend. Wants 2 mana, can finish off that Fell Beast. So, blue wizard is going to follow suit. Why not? Let's burn a block to reduce our vitality by 1. Let's also burn this wound and get rid of that. So we've got vitality down to 10 now, but we've thinned our deck a little bit, so it should be a bit faster getting around to those high damage spells. And then red guy's last turn, he's got a bolt and a strike. Can use those 2, the last 2 mana here, to do 8 damage to this Fell Beast and kill it. Got a bit of movement, so we'll play that movement. 1, 2, 3. Let's get next to the archer. We can't use these cards, so let's just move another couple of spaces. Get ready to open this new area next round. 1 ether, put that there. And in fact, just for a final demonstration, we've got 1 ether. I can use that to buy ourselves an element card. You can only ever buy the one on the top, so you can see the next one is fire. This one is storm. When I buy the card, I put it in there, but when I get to play it, it's free to play, and it only costs 1 ether to buy. This is what I want. This is more recently made, so I want it to look like that in the end, and it'll allow me to take one of these storm tokens from this pot, put it on my character sheet when I play it, and then in later turns I can spend this token to get benefits. So let's cut it off there. 20 minutes. Thanks for watching, and that's generally how it should go. This hasn't gone very well. I would like to show you when you open the chest. You open a chest and you get a chest card from here. So yeah, thanks for watching.